Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, quote Allah, Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shalom, Yahushai, Bashem Kadash, the Lord to the Apostle Elsewhere, Milson, peace, and teaching, hopeful, like Shalom. And this video is going to be about a former Portage County youth pastor facing fresh child sex assault charges. Most of the title says in this article. Seems like it's from the ABC 9 News. Let's see on the logo up there. This is like yesterday, May 26th, 2023, that this article has been published. So it says Fox Crossing, I believe the WIS stands for Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. But it says a former Portage County youth pastor is facing new charges of child sexual assault after police say they found him leaving a Winnebago County hotel with a 12-year-old child. Jordan Huffman, 52, is facing multiple felonies, including first-degree sexual assault of a child younger than 13 and child enticement. The new charges filed May 25th in Winnebago County are on top of those filed in Portage County in August 2022. In that case, officials say Huffman repeatedly assaulted the same child more than 10 times over a 3-year span. You can even see the spirits on this guy. This man looks sick. And it says in the new case, however, police say Huffman and the child met just the one time. According to the court records, Huffman and the child first started messaging on Snapchat on about May 19th after Huffman sent the child a friend request, which the child accepted. After speaking for a while, Huffman asked the child how old they were, with the child saying they were 12. Now, I don't even know the child's gender because they're just putting they. Stupidity, the stupid pronoun thing. But anywho, it says the conversation then turned personal, including Huffman asking the child what was the last thing they did with somebody was. It then escalated with Huffman exchanging nude photos with the child. The child told investigators they found the photo they sent on the internet, then felt bad for sharing it. After a lull in the messages, Huffman again contacted the child, this time asking if they could speak on the phone. The child told Huffman no, but a few minutes later, Huffman messaged that he was at the child's house in Appleton. That's when the child realized they had their Snapchat location turned to on. Although he was afraid, the child said they got into Huffman's car for what he thought would be a talk. However, Huffman pulled away from the child's house, saying they were going to a hotel. While in the car, the child said Huffman touched their leg and made them touch Huffman's penis through his pants. When they got to the hotel in Fox Crossing, Huffman went to check in, leaving the child in the car. The child then called 911, telling dispatchers he was being kidnapped and the man was coming back. Huffman got back to the car, taking the child to the hotel room where he assaulted them. This should make no damn sense, I'll tell you. These pronouns. But the child pretended to take a phone call from their mother saying they had to get back home. When the two left the hotel room, they got back into the car and left the parking lot. By that point, police were at the hotel searching the parking lot for Huffman's vehicle. Using Rapid SOS, they were able to track the child's cell phone and its movements, allowing police to follow and pinpoint Huffman's car. When they pulled over Huffman, the child got out the car, running to the police while screaming and crying. Huffman is being held in Winnebago County Jail on $1 million cash bond. His next hearing is Winnebago County in is June 19. Meanwhile, a plea hearing in Portage County is scheduled for June 23rd. So, without further ado, I'll bring out some scriptures a little bit, and you hopeful like viewing this video will be edified. And in this scripture in Luke 23, verse 28, I just want to start out with this one, but it says, "But Yahushua turning unto them said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming in which they shall say, Blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. So basically, because when our Lord is looking ahead of time in the future, he sees like Jacob's trouble, you know, and we're already approaching the times of Jacob's trouble. We're technically in the beginning of sorrows, but um, when it's coming to this time period that we're approaching, um, you're gonna see a lot of people like this, like um, pedophiles and all these other type of rapists. They're gonna be out in the loose, and they're already increasing rapidly with this whole LGBTQ thing, where you have it to where these people having bathrooms for LGBTQ. So now there's a couple incidents where uh you will have it to where a man pretends to be a woman, dressing up as a woman and claiming he's a transgender, and he will go in the bathroom, hiding in one of the stalls in the woman's bathroom, and then sees a girl go into the bathroom and snatches a girl in there and does, basically has his way with that woman, with that girl. You see? And this is the issue with this whole LGBTQ community thing, you know? And one of the other biggest issues was in the article. It sounded confusing because you had to kind of look deeply in the article to see if that child was actually a boy or so. As it said, they did this, they did that, and it was referring to, sometimes when they use the pronoun they, it referred to as one person. It's a whole bunch of fucking confusion. But this is the devil Esau for you, and that's also basically a prophecy how the Lord mentioned that the wisdom. Well, it's not really a prophecy, but he mentioned that how wisdom is like, the wisdom of this world is foolishness. So you're technically seeing that the Lord is really dumbing down the wisdom of this world, you know. So, but if anything, that really goes to show you how, we need to get up out of here. And, this is a time period where having kids is like the worst thing. I'll bring that out. Because there's a scripture I know Jeremiah mentioned about, you know, speaking against having children in this place. So it tells in Jeremiah 16 verse 2, it says, I'll start off with verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. Yep. And pretty much it also could tie into this place in America. This is like the worst place to ever have children, especially with these generations getting worse. You see Gen Z is already a horrible generation as it already is, and sad to be a part of it. Even though I was born in 1999, I still feel like I shouldn't have been a part of this generation. In a sense, it would be at least better if I was a generation before, but this whole generation is getting worse and worse. You're starting to see people basically getting influenced by this whole social media thing. Everybody want to act the same like each other and all this other shit. And then other than that, not to rant about those things, mostly speaking about like this newer generation that's coming about, like, you having all these kids, and then eventually you put them in the school system, and then you have them to go to church or whatever, and then you don't know what they're doing while you're at work. You don't know what they're doing with your kids behind closed doors, So it's like, that's the issue that you have to deal with as a parent, It's like, if you have children, it's best to like try to homeschool them or something. Yep. And always keep a keen eye on them and shit like that. Not even these local churches you could trust. And by the way, the Most High don't even deal with the local churches in general, so, you know. And he's definitely not dealing with any Edomites, so, because that guy that pretty much committed a crime like that was an Edomite. You already know what the scriptures say about Edomites in general. But yeah, our people look up to these fucking base men like they're gods, you know? Our people really thinking that Esau is a child of God when he's actually, in fact, a child of Satan. And that's the problem with our people. They have so much trust for the white man, but hardly could trust each other. Yep. So in Job 30 chapter, this is basically him describing Esau. It says, in verse 8, they were children of fools, they are children of base men, they were violent in the earth. And Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16 says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Yep. So we already know that the scripture already shows you how Esau was just a profane, just a vile, a beast. Scriptures mention that he's a base man, and base means like the lowest. And this is the reason why, like in the system, it's just the worst to have kids in, because technically it's not your children; it's technically Esau's children. Technically, like your own children that come out of your seed, you know, it technically belongs to Esau, because he has it to where, like in the system, like if you don't have your kid doesn't have a birth certificate or whatever, and don't have a social security card and things of that nature, then it's like they can't function along in the system, and they gotta be going to school and things of that nature, because there's a thing where if your kid don't go to school for a certain amount of days, I don't know, it's different every certain states, but they could arrest the parents or whatever, and even potentially the child for truancy. But I don't know how pretty much how that works, like, and every state is different. So, and they have it to where if you discipline your kids a certain type of way, they could get ACS to remove the family, and separate the family, and they do shit like that, you know. So technically, those curses from Deuteronomy 28, they still are in effect to this day. And it shows you that, like, when it's coming to the nation of our people, that we still under these curses. And that's why this is the worst time, like, to even have young kids and things of that nature, you know. And then you got all these pedophiles out on the loose and shit like that. I bet you if he did that to a Jake, those charges wouldn't be that severe on him. But with that, hope I made listen edifying. Let's give all glory, praise, honor to Adonai, Yahweh, Bashem, Shalom, Shabbat, Shem, Kakadash. Sabanas to the apostle, Elsbeth, Milson, peace, I teach you for that. Yahweh, Shem, Shabbat, Shalom, Shalak, Rayam, Adawam, Yam, Walk away, Yam, Wa, Baba, Shalom.